Shalom. 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 Shalom, my people. Shalom, my people. Need a round of applause. Hit. That's right. We need all of them. We need a round of applause. We need a hit. We need a slap. We need to wake up. Today's lesson, today's drink is orange juice. This is the first day of fall. So you got to pump. Make sure you're pumping that orange juice in you, that good 100% vitamin C. Take your vitamins. Drink your tea. Get ready because, it's cold season, flu season. You start changing your allergy. We just go through all kind of stuff. I found out that the other day, right, I was feeling kind of sluggish. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what's going on? So what I did was I backtracked. I tried to figure out what did I eat. I fasted. And I just stopped eating certain food. I figured out what it was. If you don't eat pork 2, 3, 4, 5 years, I haven't eaten anything pork that knowingly. Probably 7, 8 years. I just don't eat the pork. Once I learned, that you can eat it, no shrimp, no stuff like that. But what I do know is you can't even cook pork on food. Like somebody barbecue, they had chicken, but they had pork too. You can't even eat close to that. Because if you want your body to get used to being clean, that's all it knows. It gets know to be clean. So be careful when you go to different cookouts, whatever you do, you gotta be careful because you never know what in food. Because they know that we're trying to eat healthy, so they can put stuff in food that you don't know. So what you do is you backtrack, you fast, clean your system out, drink tea, get yourself together. Because a lot of times that be what it is. But to the day lesson is called the Yoke and the Mass Incarceration. And when I get to doing the class, I'm gonna read. I got this book called "The Voice of the Freedom" of Fannie Lou Hamer. I know y'all don't heard of her. Wow, it's a very interesting book, and I read it. And all of these, I found out that you can read 1,000 books, different authors, all are relate to us. All are relate to the 12 tribes of Israel. So the information is there regardless of who writing it, but it's all related to us. It's up to us whether we want to take heed to the message, study and learn from ourselves that things are not right. We know things are not right. Things have never been right for us. So you have to be careful who these people they put in front of us to manipulate us to think that they are for us when they're really not. Because history repeats itself. And it steady repeating itself in what we do because we disobey the law. And another thing, anytime somebody come you ask you about a birthday, please denounce that. I'm asking you, I'm begging you, please denounce because you bring that spirit on you, whether you know it or not. God, go read Job 1 and see what God did to his family. It was on their birthday because they were celebrating their birthday. God killed them all. See, nobody never told you why God killed Job's family. It's because they were celebrating his birthday. So, and they actually could ask you about what's your sign? That's a curse too. You start believing in them signs, you start acting like them signs. You put a curse in your body. We are stones. We are precious jewelry. We are precious jewels. Go find out who you are. Find out what your nationality. Find out your history so you can learn who you are for certain things you won't do. And you won't know why these curses are upon you. Why you every time you celebrate birthday, you look older. You start getting health problems. It's because you worshiping them days. So just take heed. Just start opening up your book, start reading and learning for yourself because there's a lot of stuff that we interpret and we don't understand. So it just kind of like go to your history, find out who you are, read this Bible, man, study, read books. It doesn't mean just grab a book, read anything. You'll be surprised once you start reading the book, you'll see all this stuff start coming together in your life. Leviticus 26:19. And I will break the pride of your power, and I will make your heaven as iron and your earth as brass. Your heaven means your crop, no water coming down on your crop. You no water, not just your crop, but your expectation in life. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. You want to be this. God said, I make your heaven as iron. It won't get watered. You won't be successful. God said, I'm going to break your pride. Pride is the downfall of many people. So God saying that He gonna break your pride, your heaven, whatever you trying to do or perform or get, God gonna break it. It gonna be like iron. It won't get no nutrients. You won't get nothing to benefit from it. It won't imply your life, because God says that we are disobedient people. This is the yoke of iron. We all have seen the pictures of us in yokes of iron, how they beat us. Will Smith played in a movie called I can't think of the name of the movie that Will Smith made. They were during the time when the slaps didn't get much traction because of that slap, and I think all that's intentional. But you seen that famous picture where the man get show his back, and his back is all beat up. Well, Will Smith played a movie. He played that guy. That guy was from he was a Benjamite. He's from the island. He was from the tribe of Levi. In the earth as brass. That means nothing that you plant in your life will produce any good fruit because of your pride. Deuteronomy 28:23. And the heaven that is over their head shall be brass, and the earth that is under their feet shall be. God just letting you know, whatever you do, it won't prosper. We seeing the downfall of pride right now. It's playing out throughout social media. I don't even want to give it no traction, but we see the downfall of our people who are prideful. The life that they live, we see it come crumbling down before our eyes, because they are before the eyes of people. So you just think about all our artists are come crumbling down because God made their heaven like iron, and they underneath their feet like brass. So nothing is sustainable. Nothing's getting nurtured. It is the pride that brings them down. So think about that. Think about us when our pride, and we are coming tumbling down because we refuse to listen, refuse to read. Bible said, blessed is the man that reads. You won't read the Bible, you won't read nothing. You don't care about nothing. If it ain't got nothing to do with social media and they talking to you, you won't read. It's people that want to read that can't read, and you can read and won't read. It's crazy. If God put this stuff before us, and God is telling us that we ain't gonna make it because our pride. You got to humble yourself and be retaught all over again. Everything that you did. The church is failing the black community. We got churches in the black community that are worth millions of dollars. But look around the surroundings around that church. No hospitals, no schools, no programs, no education, no nothing. They just for themselves. The church is destroying the black community. No banks, no nothing. The church will be for the sick. But you can't be sick and go to that church. You can't get no help. You can be paying your tithes, which is not it's not scriptural. Prophet Dollar came out. He apologized to you, telling you that the tithe is not scriptural. God don't need your money. God don't need your money. You think a great, powerful God that needs your money? Your money going to that pastor. What you're supposed to be doing, bringing fruit and food and clothing, education, nurturing, daycare, help for the single family, help for the man to get on his feet. That's what you're supposed to be bringing to the church. That's your 10% of your time. You're supposed to give to the church. You're supposed to give alms, help people when you can. But we don't do that. The church is selfish. The church is a showcase. The church is like going to the BET award. That's the church. Going to a concert, going to a Megan Thee Stallion, a Sexy Red concert. That's what the church is about. Now you have two men that are married in the church. They call the first gentleman. You got two women are married in the church. They got gay Bibles. And you're learning all this from a party of people, which is called the Democrat Party. They are one that is pushing homosexuality and LGBTQ. And we are following this. And God said our pride is calling for our destruction. And you don't see that. You don't see that this Democratic Party is pushing it. Even the vice president to be is pushing that. Go see what he done in Minnesota. So it's okay for your daughter or your grandbaby to go into a restroom when there's a grown man in there saying that he identifies this. Barack Obama started it. And every time the Democratic Party get in there, they finish it. Now they're having gay judges. They're having outright gay judges, LGBTQ. They saying the first of this, the first of that. They doing it. They promoting this. This is the Democratic Party. And I read this book here, and I read the stuff in here. I'm going to tell you what the Democratic Party did. We need the one. We're not supposed to be voting. We do Deuteronomy 15:17. God said, vote for your own king, an Israelite, which is a man that look like us. So Bravo, he don't mean necessarily look. He's talking about our bloodline. Because it's a lot of people. See, that's why they get confused when you think that the Hebrew Israelites or the Israelites, you think that we are talking about a color. No, it's a bloodline, because guess what? There's gonna be some people that look white. They're gonna be one of the tribes of Israel. There'll be some people that's black, and they're gonna be Esau. So it has nothing to do with color. So don't let them confuse you and think it's color. We have nothing to do with color. We try the spirit by the spirit. Because you might be talking to a guy that look like so-called white, because they really this color. They really color my shirt. Pink is red. So we really not black, because black is what you see hanging up in my screen in the back. This mic right here, this black. Well, none of it, even the darkest person is not black. We different shades of brown. So we don't even know who we are at first. So this lesson is to try to teach you. I'm trying to talk to you to get you to understand who you are first. Because a lot of times, we just don't know. And so I'm here to tell you, and my job is to prophesy against the nation that are against us. And so be it. If it's the Democratic Party, Republican Party, it's all included. Because they are destroying us. Our pride is getting too high when we listen to these people instead of listening to the word of God, listen to the man of God. I am a man of God, and I proclaim to be a man of God. I try to live my best. I wear my fringes. I pray. I fast. I take care of my body. I read. I help. And I give out this word of God strictly from the Bible, not my own. And I read books. I take time out my schedule to read books, for I can enlighten you on different things that's going on around the world. Because a lot of times you might not have the time, but I'm your guy. I'm your man to get you through what you need to know. So the Bible said that our heaven will be as iron and the earth as brass. Our pride is our destruction. God said what we do won't last, because you won't put God first. A lot of us don't even believe in the Bible. Most Democrats, one thing I do know is Democrats and Christians, Christianity have in common, none of them believe in the Bible. No Democrat and no so-called Christian believe in the Bible. You can talk to them, and they love homosexuality. You said pro-life. Where pro-life start with, how you gonna believe in pro-life when you believe in homosexuality, LGBTQ? Now you killing babies without even going to the abortion clinic, without even getting Plan B, because you hooking up two men. My grandbaby, my grandson, when they get up to age to marry, the picture that you see of a man and a woman won't be so. It's gonna be men marrying dogs, women marrying dogs. It's gonna be two women, two men. There's only two genders, a male and a female. But the United States of America says 117. I mean, you can't do it but get confused. You can get in trouble by calling a he a she, or a she or he. It's so confusing, because the word Babylonian, Babel, which is the root word of Babylonian, means confusion. Now, you done heard the Tower of Babel, but God confused the people with different languages because it means confusion. And I will break the pride of your power, and I will make your heaven as iron and your earth as brass. This is in Leviticus 20:19. Again, God gonna give us mass incarceration because of our pride. This is black and brown people. This is the 12 tribes of Israel. God gonna give you mass incarceration. You're gonna have yoke of iron around your neck when you went through slavery And now you bring it back to this time, he's talking about your pride, mean your health, whatever you produce won't prosper. You wonder why you're working hard. You're doing this and it won't go nowhere. Because our pride won't let us heal any good fruit. Deuteronomy 28:23. And the heaven that is over their head shall be brass, and the earth that is under their feet shall be iron. God, and these are different scriptures, keep telling you the same thing. Because we are hard-headed, stiff-necked people, and we won't listen to God. Isaiah 42:22-24. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snare and holes, and they are hidden in prison houses. They are for a prey and none deliver, for a spoil and none say restore. This is 24. Who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel for a robbery, for a robber? Do not the Lord, he against whom he will have sinned? For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obeyed under the law. Did not the Lord, he against whom we have sinned? For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obeyed unto his law. We are in Snare, we are in Gulf Brooks, we are in Moncrief, we are in all these low-life apartments that they got us in, and with the roof falling out when it raining. You are in Kenite, when it rains, the river flood your house out. We are the people that are in the snare. Them are holes. In prison houses, all the black, brown are in the same prison houses. We ride around at work, and we be all over the city, just about, where it's crucial, our areas. And what the so-called immigrants, they are in the black community. So what you think finna happen? They are in the same predicament. Even though they bring them over here, they get them a little bit more, but they still stick you in the same spot. We are going to be living together, but the thing that they're doing, people, is going to backfire on them, because the Haitians are here, Venezuelans are here, the Negroes are already here, so-called Hispanic, all the immigrants are here. This is where modern-day Babylon is going to be when you hear about the Armageddon. This is where everything is going to form at right here. So our people are coming here, we're gathering together. Just hold on, because we are all gathering together, and once we realize that we all the same people, you're going to see a difference. Then they're going to try to do something different, but then by that time, God be here. So just hold on. These people are not your enemy. It's just that if you went to somewhere else and they gave you assistance, they will feel the same way. So I understand what you're feeling, but you don't know the deeper meaning behind the picture, what's about to happen to us. It's going to be a great gathering of all God's people in one area. This is the United States. You see, World War III is getting ready to start, because Lebanon is involved. Israel, now they're going to have a war in the Middle East, and then it's going to come abroad. It's over there in the Middle East, so-called now. In China, Taiwan, all this going to come. So this is what you read in Revelation. When you hear about the red dragon, the 7 horns, the 666, he say, who's wise and would understand that 666 is a man. So that's why you got most women want a 666 man, not knowing that that's a devil. That's an evil spirit. But you don't know that, so that's why when you get one, he destroys you. But you don't know that because you don't read the Bible. 666. You go read. I think it's 19 in Revelation 19:20 or somewhere in there. I have to go back and look for it. But God said that you who be wise and understanding, let you know that 666 is a man. The man that is the same man that's going to be over the earth. Well, who's over the earth? And Job 9:24 or 9? Yeah, I think it's 9:24 or Job 9:27, where it said the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. They paint the faces of the judges. If not, who and where is he? Because who painted the faces of the judges in the Bible all white when they was all look like me? So who done that? So that's your answer. So you got to understand that spirit. So that's why I said, be careful when you be going about your birthday. You bring that spirit into your life. Be careful when you're looking for a certain number. You bring that spirit into your life. The spirit is real. These things happen to us, and that is what I'm trying to tell you. Our pride should bring us down to the ground if we don't start realizing, reading this Bible, and understanding what's going on, what's happening to us, and reading different books and what's happening. That was the lesson of the day, because we are going through something we don't know why we're going through it, but the scriptures tell us why we're going through it. But you got to learn the lesson. You got to start reading this word. You got to understand what God's saying. The Voice of Freedom, Fannie Lou Hammond, born in 1917, to parents, to grandparents who were slaves, to parents who were sharecroppers. Let me show you something. I'm just going to read. The book is actually good, but I picked out some stuff and I wrote things down. Worse off than dogs. I married, this is Lou, I married Perry Hammer, Paps, as he is known, a good man of few words, steady as a rock. My last name changed, but little else. I joined Paps in Marrow Plantation, where he drove the tractor, and I just picked down the road. They doing cotton. This lady telling her story about what happened. We just picked cotton. That's what we've been doing. They were worse off than dogs. The dogs live better than them. We cannot stand that Morrow's dog, he's a slave owner. The dog name was Old Honey, had his own indoor bathroom, while me and Pap, her and her husband, used the outhouse because our toilet stayed broke. The owner would not fix it, said we did not need it. You are in slavery, whether you want to believe it or not. And people that are in Mississippi and the Delta, they still don't have no running water. Michigan still don't have no running water. This here the lady talking about when she was married, just like 1930 something. 1935 because she was born in 1917. And the dog lived better than them. The dog had his own bathroom. Niggas did not have their own bathroom. You got people still in Michigan with no water. You got people still in Mississippi with no running toilet. I was going to my grandmama's house in 1976, 77 when I was living in Jacksonville, going to Howland Middle School, and we had toilets, air conditioning, we were cable and all this stuff. So I go to Georgia during that time. My grandma had our house. No running water. We got a well. Because depending on where you were, you still was in slavery. See, you are prideful. You are prideful people, and God keep bringing you back. Because we're going back. Because you see all the voting rights, all the civil rights, all that's being reversed. All that's being reversed. Motherhood. In 1954, me and Paps adopted 2 little girls. I sang spiritual to Dorothy, Jean, and Virgie Ray, just like my mother had done to me. But in 1961, a doctor tricked me into an operation, supposedly to remove a growth. I awoke from surgery to find that the doctor's knife cut more than a small tumor. He had removed the part that God gave me to bring children into the world. I would never have babies of my own. A Mississippi law at that time said poor folks had no business making babies. That law may have taken my womb, but no one's going to take my voice. So you trying to vote for women's rights. That women's right was not for you. It's for them, because you are having plenty of babies. See, even though you might be having abortions, but you make up for it because you have baby after baby after baby. They are not allowed. Their body cannot produce more than 1 or 2 kids, and now the women are not wanting to have any babies. So that law is for them, not for you. You always got free liberty of your life and your body. We can't control your life and your body. The man never said what you could have, what you couldn't do. You always done what you wanted to do with your body. We never had control of your body. But they women, they men had control of their women's body. So these women, what they would do, they would go and secretly have babies, have abortion. So now they saying by 2045, I'm reading a book by Roland Martin called White Fear. They are not having any children. So the black and brown people are taking over. This is why I say it's going to backfire on them by letting all the immigrants come over here, so-called. Because we're going to run the world. You just got to stick it out and understand what's going on, what God's plan is. Because we all going to come together. God said we're going to join one stick. Judah and Israel. Judah is the so-called Negro, and Israel is the brown people. So we all going to join together. Here we go here. In the Democratic Party, just mine, I wrote notes. Democratic Party trick black women about their body. My body, my choice. This thing they have going on is not for us, but for them, because of the white fear that so-called black people and brown people will overtake them. So this law is not for us, but you got this woman up here pushing this law about your tricking your mind and thinking your body. Women, black women, come on now. Come on, black women. You've been, I hate to say it like that, but I'm going to say you've been killing your baby of free will. Nigga can't stop you from killing your baby. I'm just going to be real with you. A nigga can't stop you from killing your baby. You've been killing your baby anytime you get ready. Man, you do anything to kill your baby. You do anything. You do it. I know a close family member fell down the steps trying to commit suicide on her baby. But God let the baby live. And the baby was born deformed. Died at 15, but it was all messed up. God did that to her. You've been killing your baby forever. Ain't nobody stop you from killing your baby. Just be real. You know who this law is for, but your mind, your pride is so bad that this is what you do. You let people manipulate your mind. In 1962, Fannie Mae, or Fannie Hammond is what they call her, but I'm going to call her just Fannie. Fannie wanted to vote, so she had to go down there and vote. Guess what they had to do? They had to take a literacy test. You had to read to be able to vote. You had to know the Constitution to be able to vote. But guess what? She said that the people worked in the field so long, they didn't know that they could vote because they were still in a certain part of the country that was outside of the country. Basically, a third world country within the country. Mississippi was just like that. Everybody, if you know about Mississippi, you know that right now today they still don't have running water. Come on, people. I want to get to the meat of this thing. I'm just trying to tell you what she went through. She went through all this right here, ignorantly not knowing the scriptures. We didn't have to go to them because if we would just came back to the law, statutes, commandment, we would have been successful in everything. The ground, the earth wouldn't have been as brass, and the heaven wouldn't have been as iron. But our pride got us to where we at, and we still going through this was in 1917. She was born in 1917. So by the time she got 1930, she was of age to be able to start recognizing her 14, 15, 16 years old. So this stuff been going on all this long time. Longer than this just one of the stories. This has been going on all this time. And you right now, the day here, the 2024, you still in the same thing because your pride. Your pride will let you know to come back to the law, statutes, commandments, start obeying God, start celebrating birthdays, start celebrating Christmas, start celebrating Halloween, start celebrating St. Patrick's Day, Easter. All these days are pagan holiday. God said your pride won't let you come back to the Most High. So guess what? You're going to continue going through this stuff forever and ever and ever. We're still going through this stuff right now. Here it is. This lady had to hide because they started shooting in her house. Now, they started shooting how she had to hide. She had to leave her family and move. She lost her job picking cotton, whatever they sharecropping. And the civil rights group give them $10 a week to live off of her and her family. What I'm trying to say to people, you still going through things now. They still taunting you now. Instead of using the KKK, they had people like then with red shirts on, all this kind of stuff. They would come by, shoot up the house, scare you from voting. This is 1960-something people. I was born in 66, but it was in Mississippi. I was telling a friend of mine, I said, we living in 2 time zones. Because I'm rationalized born, I'm in the 70s, and I'm home in Jacksonville, and we got running water, washing clothes, eating, going to the restaurant, catching the bus. But here in Mississippi, they didn't have that. They fighting, and people still shooting in their house because we are a prideful people. And gosh, I'm going to break that pride of you. I'm going to tell you what they did to this lady. I want to read this here. In June of 1963, I went to a civilization school in South Carolina. On the way back, the bus stopped in Columbus, Mississippi. Me and other trainees were hungry, and we decided to try to eat at a terminal. We ordered breakfast at a white-only lunch counter. No segregation being outlawed. After a long wait, we were finally served. But the bus called the police, and down the road in Wyoming, we got kicked off the bus and thrown in jail. When I asked what was the charge, the police told me to shut up. They put us in separate cells and made other prisoners beat us, black and blue. They just kicked, beat, and jailed. And jailers tell me, you nigga bitch, you're going to make your wish. We're going to make you wish you were dead. Through the pain, I quoted scriptures. One prisoner beat me till we were both exhausted. Then the other took over and waited 3 days for the doctor to show up. Since someone bailed us out, but the police locked him up and beat him too. It took Andrew Young from the Southern Christian Leadership Conference to get us released. The same day, the NAACP leader, Medgar Evers, was slain in the driveway for teaching black people their rights. The other said it was my singing that brought them through. They beat this lady, and the lady died in 1977, but she still kept fighting. But I'm trying to tell you that we went through some stuff where we didn't have to, because our pride won't let us go. And people, we are still going through the same exact thing because our pride won't let us go. We got to come back to the law, statute. Ain't nothing that you can do or try that's going to save us but the law, statute, commandments. If we come back to God, God said he will hear our prayer. But we are so stubborn, we won't try nothing that has to do with the Bible. The Bible is law, statute, commandment, not Christianity. Quit letting people tell you that white folks wrote this Bible. If white folks wrote this Bible, how all of a sudden you can read, they're trying to crucify you from it. Why the churches is not reading the Bible like it's supposed to be written? Why is their Bible with law, statute, commandments in it? Why does it describe black people? Why does it describe Jesus being black? Why does it describe Paul as being black? Why does it describe all the prophets as being black if it was written by white people? But they knew we wouldn't read. They knew we wouldn't read, but now we are reading, and they are putting us on the hate group. They're putting us on the hate group because we're reading the Bible. Now we are haters. Now we are terrorists. If you're an Israelite, you are a terrorist. You're on the hate group. You can pull it up. Shalom, my people. Shalom, my people. Share this message. Get this message out. We have to wake up as a people. Shalom. Shalom. We have to wake up.